from the toilet. And we go with my uncle and my mother to where the shouts were coming from. And as soon as we went there, we realized that my grandmother had locked herself in the toilet. And my uncle tried to give her directions of how to open the door over and over and over again, but it did not work. He gave up. And the decision was to actually break the door open. So my uncle informed my grandmother to stay away from the door, the furthest wall she can find, in order for him to break the door safely. So he checked with her, are you away from the door? She said yes. Are you safe in a place that the door cannot get to you? She said yes. So he used his force of legs and kicked the door open. The door corner hit my grandmother right in the forehead. And there was blood dripping from her forehead like I had never seen before. The door was an opportunity to free my grandmother from her prison. And through the opportunity, the door hurt someone behind. So you have to be careful. If you do not communicate to the people who are behind the doors that you are going to open, which you might think are beneficial to you, there might be people who might get hurt. This is where communication is very important. You have to communicate with the people whom your opportunity will affect. Consult them, inform them, take their advice, and see whether your opportunity will have a general effect of good or will it hurt other people. And there are some times that you will make a decision even though it will hurt other people. It depends how much. It depends whether you want to do so or not. It depends whether you will think about it for the rest of your life and think that you should have never done it before. They are doors. You can open them, you can close them. My daughter was around 7 years old. She was in she was in second grade, and I was actually bringing her from school one day. And I parked the car. She came out of the car, and we started going to the house. And as I was going to the house, I slammed my car's door closed. The problem was that my baby's finger was between the door and the car. And looking at her, shouting in pain, I could not think. What I did is pull her hand out of the door. And this actually took off her finger, her nails. And we had to take her to the hospital in order to operate on her and put the nail back and so on. So sometimes the door that you close will hurt people also. You have to be careful on what doors you close and who are with you when you are closing the doors of opportunity. This is what opportunities create. They are not always good, and they are not always available. You have to look for them carefully. You have to think about them carefully in order to become successful. So years go by, and this is probably a year ago, I was looking for warehouses for my businesses. I needed a warehouse. And as I was looking through the newspaper, I saw a description of a warehouse which was suitable for me. So I called this number, and I talked to the person. I said, this is what I need, and so on. And this person actually says, are you Muhammad Murad? And I was amazed, and I said, yes, who is this? And the voice answered, this is Yusuf. And I said, Yusuf, how are you? What are you doing? How come you have an ad in the newspaper about warehouses? So he said, I have this warehouse. I own it. I said, oh, really? You have been very successful. How much does it cost? So he told me it will cost you 350,000 dirhams for a rent of 1 year. And I said, you own this? He said, yes, I own this and 10 more like them. So I said, no, 350 is too much, Yusuf. I mean, you have to consider me. I'm your friend for a very long time. And, could you make this a bit less? So he replied back, he said, Muhammad, take it or leave it. I wish I had given him the 15,000 at that time. You see, and this is a real story, by the way. I mean, he owns probably more than 15 warehouses and 10 villas and a couple of more lands, and he deals with them very, very actively nowadays. This is the power of opportunity. This is how you can make a difference in your lives and the lives of the people whom you actually love. And this is what I have done after this. I have come up from being a policeman who was on the streets in the criminal investigation department for around 12 years, or 8 years, and then went to the ambulance department. If I had not joined Toastmasters, and this is my real opinion, I wouldn't have been able to finish my 2 master's degrees when I was in the police, ask for voluntary retirement, start my own business, and be where I am right now. Small opportunities, very, very big effects. But whenever you have opportunities, think about them carefully. Think about them openly. Do not shut doors until you are sure that shutting doors will not hurt you or hurt others. Open doors with care and look what are behind them, because there might be a very big opportunity behind each and every door that you can come across in each and every moment of your life, like Anand said. You communicate in each and every moment of your lives. How good is your communication can define how good is the opportunity that you have. And it can define your whole life. Good luck in good opportunities and good life.
Wow, what an inspiring words.
Wow.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you so much, Lieutenant Colonel Mohammed Murad, and for those really inspiring words. Ladies and gentlemen, give another huge round of applause. International Director, Lieutenant Colonel Mohammed Murad. Mohammed Murad is here today for our 150th meeting as the International Director of Toastmasters. I understand that this is the tenure of this International Director is for 2 years. So by the time, after 2 years, by the time we celebrate our 200th meeting, Lagoon, I hope that he will come back to us as the International President of Toastmasters International. We hope for that. Now, as I said earlier, we are running behind the schedule, so we'll cancel everything else and we will straight go to the closing address and the awards by the President. She will take over and then probably hand over the other awards. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks a lot for coming. You have been a good audience. I really enjoyed the show. Hope you enjoyed the show. Welcome back on stage, the President, Madam Toastmaster Jessie D'Souza.
You have to bear with me. You have to bear with me today, but I'll still speak. Oh, you said something? All right. I would like to thank International Director, Colonel Murad, so much more, because in 2004, when I